Welcome everybody to Tbise, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live in Empowerment USA. TNS Media Group with the team and the family. I got my counterpart with me here, Mr. B. Smith, and as you know, I'm Tawfiq Page. And we're here to talk about some basketball today. What's up, B? What's going on with you, man?
How's everything? How you doing today?
I'm chilling, man. How was your weekend?
It was great.
Pretty cool? Yeah. Pretty cool.
All
right, so let's get right into this, man. We're from Philadelphia, as we know, and the Philadelphia 76ers is our team. And we kind of, look forward to Sixers, winning the championship. We haven't won a championship in so long. Last time we've been to the championship was with Allen Iverson in 2000.
Good times.
Sixers currently have a winning record. One of the top scorers in the league, Maxey. Can the Sixers keep up their momentum that they have as of right now and possibly win the NFC East, in your opinion?
To win the East, I think, by All-Star break, if they keep it up, then they'll be going, probably second round in the playoffs. But I think this year we need to just, build on what we have and then make some off-season trades. But, keeping up this momentum, that means Embiid has to sit down, because if we want to run, we need to have, the kids out there. We can't have no, senior citizens.
I don't look at Embiid as a senior. I understand your point. I hear your point. You got the young guys, but the Sixers cannot win without Embiid. They can't win without him. Let's keep it real. Maxey
can't win a playoff series without him.
Yeah, they can't win. They're not going to.
They proven they can win games without him.
Yeah, we can't win games without him, but it's early in the season. Teams are still starting to gel. But I wouldn't think that. I wouldn't put it in my mind that the Sixers can win without Embiid.
We would like to think that.
Embiid is a top 15 player in the league.
Yes.
Maybe even he can get in the top 10 somewhere.
When he wants to be.
But what I'm saying, so you got that type of player, you don't rush to, I know we talk about this a lot, but you don't rush to get rid of somebody like that and overlook what he's done for years. He's been hurt last season, but I think the Sixers can keep up the momentum. I just think that they have to continue to play off of Maxey, let Embiid, get acclimated, get healthy, get strong, get into game shape. Like I said, he hasn't played basketball all summer, so now you got him back. He's healthy, he's strong. Play off of Maxey. Let Maxey get the team going. Embiid's going to be able to get his numbers because he's right there in front of the basket. So for me, I see them really keeping the momentum going, and I also see them actually really, playing fairly well this season if they can stay healthy. They have a lot of good young pieces. Embiid being, like I said, an anchor in the middle of the defense. He's an anchor there. He's healthy now. He's going to be healthy. So we suspect he's going to be healthy. So I think that if you keep Embiid right there, players around him, keep everything going, we'll be fine. Paul George, question mark. I don't know. What are we going to do with him?
But, when you talk about the Sixers, you talk about, we got this black cloud over our team. For whatever reason, we just can't get it together. Even when we got it together, we can't finish. So my whole thing is the process. When does it end? When does it end? Because what we have right now, we have some type of worth in them. So if we want to get something for the core to help back them, he either got to play down low, inside out. He can't play outside in. He can stretch the floor for us and let us play, a fast game. But when it's time to get dirty, he got to get down there and get dirty, because one thing about him, when he get lazy, you see what he do. He like a Teletubby.
We have seen, but listen, gotta admit, Embiid has been hurt. He has been hurt, so he hasn't really been able to, be himself out there on the court. Let's keep it real. He can't slide on defense. He's good now, but he couldn't slide on defense. He couldn't help on defense. He couldn't really do too many different things out there on the floor. But now you have somebody like Embiid who's healthy, surgery, getting back. He didn't play last night, I believe. He was out, but we still got 29 points from Kelly Oubre, 26 from Maxey, and VJ had 16. So you're getting a huge contribution from your young players. So sky's the limit. You get Embiid healthy, Embiid gets somewhere around 25 points a game, you will be in a position where as though you can possibly compete for a championship, or be somewhere, be in a position where you can actually possibly win it all. In my opinion, I'm not saying the Sixers will win a championship because it's still early in the season, but is there anyone in the East that scares you that says, hey, we're scared of them? Boston it doesn't have Tatum.
Well,
Cleveland hasn't looked that good.
I'm scared of them.
Who, Cleveland?
And the Knicks, and the reason why I'm scared of them is because of the guard play. You know, the guard play you got with Cleveland, that's dangerous. And then the guard play you got with the Knicks. Jalen Brunson, he's a dog. There's nothing you can do with him when he's on the top of his game. When he's at the top of his game, it's nothing nobody in the league can do, I feel like. So when everything is clicking with them, they play everything within the group. They don't play outside the group. Meaning, let's just say if Jalen Brunson is doing the bulk of the scoring, they feed off of that. They don't go and say, you know what, I want the ball. I need it. That's the one thing about the Sixers that scares me, you know, and I'm not saying Embiid has leadership problems, but I will say this about him. When he's playing, he can't just take a role and fit in it. That's the one thing that those other two teams does best. Those guys in those roles, they're allowed to fulfill their roles. And everybody else, they just get in where they fit in. Evan Mobley, get in where he fit in. We need Embiid to play a role like that. Just like on the Knicks got rid of a key component that allowed them to do what they do best. Harstein. He went to OKC, got himself a championship.
Yes.
And they didn't get a championship because of just him, but he helped OKC really sustain that middle.
Oh, so I mean, we can't compare Embiid to Hartenstein from Oklahoma City.
I'm not comparing them, but I feel like, you know, when you got younger guys playing, and that's just like, you know, guys on the basketball court in the summertime. Kids can go up and down the court all day long. You can't demand the ball. Yo, give me the ball. If they're running and it's clicking, you got it. Don't broke what ain't fixed. Don't fix what ain't broke.
I mean, you talking about Embiid, right? I mean, like, talking about Embiid, somebody who's an all-star, someone who's improving in the league. I mean, I don't see the logic in getting rid of somebody of that stature. You all right, Tawfiq? I don't see you getting rid of somebody of that stature that can, you know, take over a game in a way, because he can be very dominant.
Yes, he can.
He can be very, very dominant.
Yes,
so,
he can.
You know, but we'll see what happens. In my opinion, Sixers will be right there at the top of the division. They're currently 5-2 right now. So they'll be a team that's you know, right there at the end to possibly be in position to compete for a championship. Now, next topic we'll go to are the Los Angeles Lakers, are they a true contender for an NBA title?
In my opinion, right now, no.
Okay.
We haven't seen what they look like with LeBron out there. So until we see what Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves look like together, as well with Ayton, we can't tell, because, you know, they're both ball dominant guys. And when you have two ball dominant guys along with Austin Reeves, who needs the ball in his hand to make things happen, because right now he looks like he could be an all-star, right? Austin Reeves. But when you put Luka in the mix, he dominates the ball, I would say 65% of the game. And then you got LeBron. He's another person who dominates the ball. So it's like, you know, they got to find their way with each other.
Well, last I checked, LeBron can play with anybody. In my opinion, last I checked, he can play with anybody. He's won championships with, you know, Kyrie Irving, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. He's won championships with other ball dominant players. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic is right now playing out of his mind, possibly an MVP candidate. Just had a 29, 10, I believe, and 11 triple-double against the Miami Heat. So for me, you got a player like Luka Doncic right now who's playing out of his mind. You have Austin Reeves, who's been playing fairly well. You know, now you plug LeBron James into that offense. LeBron doesn't have a problem with delegating, you know, and stepping back and doing something else. He doesn't have to score a lot of points. He's already the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. He doesn't have to score any more points. No one's probably ever going to get close to that record for years. So then you got some LeBron. He's looking to win another championship. He want to get 5 rings. So the way to get 5 rings is delegate, help your team where you can. Allow these young guys like Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves to carry the load, and LeBron James doesn't have a problem with doing. He learned from Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade what? Allow LeBron to come in, take over the Miami Heat team. What happened? They won a championship. LeBron is in the position. LeBron is real cerebral. He knows how to play the game. He knows what it takes to win the championship, and he has the right pieces. He has a center down there that can change a lot of shots. He has Rui, who's playing. Rui's playing really good. He has defenders on the wing. Gabe Vincent, all these guys. Marcus Smart is with them now. They have a complete team. So can they win it all? I don't know, because they have the young team like OKC, who's very, very good. I don't see, honestly, in my opinion, I don't see anybody outside of Oklahoma City Thunder that can beat the LA Lakers right now. Nobody. I'm talking about, you name it. The Rockets. Wemby and the Spurs is a little scared, but they still too young. I think LeBron and Luka and them probably will be too much for them. It's still early in the season, but I think LeBron James coming back to the Los Angeles Lakers, coming back, looking to win his 5th NBA championship, he's going to be in a space where he doesn't have a problem with delegating, getting everybody else involved, making the right plays, defending, rebounding, passing the ball. This is a guy who led the league in assists. Let's keep it real.
Right.
Led the league in assists. So for me, I'm not worried about LeBron just coming back. I think that the Lakers are still a contender. I think LeBron's going to come back and kind of elevate this team even more, and they'll be somewhere at the top of the division in the Western Conference and possibly playing for a championship.
I will say this. Basketball is a rhythm sport. Mm-hmm. It's a rhythm game. Coming back, LeBron, he's going to be LeBron. That's not doubting. But I will say this. Everything changes once LeBron comes into play. Mm-hmm. He's not the same LeBron James that we once seen that was in his mid-30s. He's 40. It's a different ball game. You know, the game is a lot faster. He's a lot slower than he normally used to be. So with that said, those buckets that he used to get timely when he wanted to, is not the same. You know, so my thing is, once he gets in the rhythm, then we'll be able to see what he has to offer to that Luka team, because it's Luka's team.
It is, but let's keep it real, man. Like, come on, LeBron averaged 25 points last season, 7 rebounds and 8 assists.
It's LeBron.
I'm just saying. You're talking about LeBron James, man. You're talking about LeBron James. We ain't talking about no other player. We're talking about LeBron. This was last season. This guy is supposed to be an old man. So you mean tell me he's gonna drop off that substantial 51% from the field? So you got somebody like LeBron James.
He's not gonna drop off in his stats, not at all. He would never, that's what I'm saying. He will never drop off in his
Even if
stats.
LeBron goes down, even if he drops down to 22, he might still keep 8 rebounds. And then he's coming to
I would
pass
say
the ball.
for them to be NBA contenders, LeBron would have to take a total dip in points. He would have to be a 15-point per game scorer, average.
Really?
Yes, 15 to 18 points type of guy. Meaning you gotta let Luka be Luka, and you gotta fill in the gaps when it's time. It's been many times in games where he'll score 30, but he need to allow these younger guys to do and have, because game is built off of confidence. You're not going to be playing a game and not have confidence. That's where these guys look bad at, when they don't have the confidence. I mean, just go out there and they just, you know, they go up and they miss shots that they normally wouldn't miss. Mm-hmm. That's because of the flow of the game. When the flow of the game is there, that's why 15 to 18 points per game. If LeBron keeps it in that will allow Luka to be Luka. That will allow Austin Reeves to be Austin Reeves, and then everybody else will get their fill-ins.
I mean, when you get somebody like LeBron James back, you know, and he's
and that's not a bad thing.
No, hear me out. I agree. He only averaged 17 shots a game. So now you got people like Marcus Smart that's getting shots. Those, because you're not going to take away from Luka. You take away from other players like Marcus Smart.
That's the problem.
Because now you're putting the ball into a more, LeBron is more efficient than Marcus Smart. He's more efficient than Ayton. So now these shots might drop down for other players around, that role players, Gabe Vincent, these guys, Rui, these shots numbers are going to go down, but you're giving the ball to a more efficient player, a better playmaker. So therefore, you cool with LeBron shooting his 17 again. He can shoot his 17 shots, even if he get it down to 14, 15 shots per game. You're not losing nothing by bringing LeBron. This is like I said, this is a player who has won at the highest level.
Yes.
He's, I think, top 10 in all NBA stats.
Yes.
Right? So you get somebody like him back, you're not losing anything by having LeBron James back. LeBron is going to find his way to integrate himself into that offense, into playing defense. It's going to be okay. He's trying to win a championship.
That's my point exactly. He's trying to win a championship.
Yes.
So to win a championship, you got to sacrifice. And sacrificing points is not saying that, you're any less of value to the team. Mm-hmm. I just think for this team to work, for example, Marcus Smart is not a 15-point per game scorer. He's a defensive guy. His energy is defense. But when you got like a guy like a Rui, he needs to score to rebound.
Okay.
Big guys. Have you ever played with a big guy before and you've seen that he's not as active as he would be if he doesn't touch the ball? He touches the ball, he's a little bit more active, a little bit more happier.
I mean, Rui, I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying, that these players, they're going to get their touches, but the most important thing to build camaraderie between a team is winning. It doesn't matter if they're winning right now, they're 5-2 right now without LeBron James. They get LeBron James back, and if they still winning, no matter how much the people's points go down, LeBron takes more shots. Winning is the ultimate, cure.
Yes.
For any type of locker room beefs or whatever goes on. But so LeBron coming back, LeBron's gonna be back. He's gonna be healthy. I don't expect to see him back probably for like another 5-6 games. But when he comes back, that Lakers team is gonna be a tough team to beat, in my opinion. So I think that you don't discount LeBron James and his ability to play with anybody. We know that. So once we know that LeBron can play with anybody, he played on the USA Olympic team with Kevin Durant, likes of Steph Curry.
That's a
all
good
these
point
guys.
right there.
He played with everybody, and what happened? Ultimately, they won the gold.
But what did he do when it came to scoring?
What you mean?
Where was his role in the scoring?
I mean, LeBron had some games where he scored a lot of points. He had some games where he played fairly well offensively. But
when it came to scoring, who was the guy?
I mean, Steph Curry made a lot of good shots. But what I'm saying to you is, a lot of those shots that Steph Curry made was coming off assists from LeBron James. The double team in the corner, we kicked it out. Steph Curry hit that three. Then Steph came back down, hit another three. So I'm talking about the overall playmaking ability of LeBron James to know when to score, and know when to pass the ball. You put him in with Luka Doncic. Them guys, I'm telling you, Luka's in shape. The Lakers are going to be a problem if they can stay healthy. I don't see nobody wanting to play them. Even the Thunder, they'll be a nightmare matchup for the Thunder. They would, because of Luka Doncic, his ability to play, and Austin Reeves, his ability to play. LeBron, and then you got LeBron James, who has been there, done it before. Now, I think that the Thunder are, I can't discredit them because they are the champions, but
yes, they are.
You don't want to see a healthy Lakers team. You don't. Let's go on to the next topic. Next topic is Ja Morant. Ja Morant, change of scenery for Ja Morant. Do you think a change of scenery will be something that he needs, maybe a trade, get him up out of there?
He needs a new, new life. Nothing's good happened, being in Memphis for Ja Morant. He got, in his most trouble in Memphis. He hasn't won in Memphis. So getting a new, different, set of keys will definitely help him, advance in his career, because he's still got about, I would say 10 years left, strong 10 years. Mm-hmm. So if they're trying to, his team, his personal team, is trying to make something happen, I would say, demand the trade, because the relationship with the coaches is already, it's not reconcilable. Mm-hmm. Once you start talking to the media about your coach's decisions, no matter what, they're never going to have trust in you. So I think, a new city would be good for him. But depending on what city, that would be, another thing. Because if he ever get traded to a team like Miami, that's not a good spot for him. A good spot for him would be a place like the Timberwolves, a city where it's not as much going on, but, it's a lot going on with the basketball team. Ja Morant reminds me of AI when it comes to his personal side.
All right. For me, a few things. Ja Morant currently averaging 20 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, shooting 40% from the field. We expected a little bit more, expected the numbers to be a little higher for Ja Morant, somewhere around 25, 26 points per game. We can say that. Assists, maybe 2 or 3 more assists, about 8 or 9 assists per game, and rebounds should be around 6 or 7. He's a high flyer. He's an all-star player. He's a player who people pay big money to see. So we expect him to perform. Now, do I think trading Ja Morant will help him? A trade sometimes comes about for players, and it does help them. It could possibly help Ja Morant, especially if he goes to a team like Miami Heat, like you mentioned. If he goes to a team like Miami Heat with Spoelstra, that organization, one thing about the Miami Heat, they know how to get the players ready to play. They've been to the championship with Spoelstra coaching. They didn't have all the superstars. They had Bam Adebayo, they had Butler, but before that they had LeBron James and Bosh and Miami. So that organization knows how to win. Spoelstra knows how to get the best out of his players. So an organization like going to the Miami Heat would be somewhere that I can see Ja Morant going and thriving. I know it's in Miami, but the atmosphere would definitely bring the best out of Ja Morant. There are a few other teams that I would like to see him go to, but you mentioned the Miami Heat, so I can just thinking about him going to Miami Heat with Spoelstra and that organization, I think that he will definitely thrive down there in Miami. Now, if Ja Morant is to be traded, he will be going to the Eastern Conference. He will not be staying in the Western Conference playing for any of those Western Conference teams. I see the trade. They will send him east where he will have opportunity to play on a team that, possibly is on coming up or a team that's actually rebuilding. I could see him being somewhere like that. Ja Morant is an excellent talent. He's an excellent player. He's, like I said, he's a player that he's a must-see TV. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen. I just think that he has to change people, places, things, and also understand that he's a leader on that team. He is a leader on that team, and being a leader, there's a lot of responsibilities. We all are leaders in our homes and leaders out here in our work areas, but someone like Ja Morant, I think that he's just, hasn't really figured it out how to duck and dodge and know when to hold and when to fold. Because the coach talked to him about his minutes. His minutes were down. He was complaining about his minutes. He was complaining, or I'm assuming, I don't know. I'm assuming that the issue happened because he wasn't getting the adequate playing time. All right, you're a superstar. Your numbers are down. You want to be on the floor. But maybe there's something that you need to talk to your coach about. Maybe the coach need to talk to Ja Morant about what exactly he's expecting from Ja Morant. So now the Grizzlies suspend Ja Morant for detrimental to the team for one game. He's been suspended many a times, missed Danny the whole season because of a weapon, a gun. I just think that there's something that's going on with Ja Morant that maybe he needs.
Personally?
Change of scenery. I wouldn't. How should I say this? I wouldn't put that out of question that he will not be traded this season.
Let me ask you this. We got Toronto, Miami, SAC, and Minnesota are a few of the teams that could potentially be trade destinations for Ja Morant if that were to happen. Mm-hmm. Out of those 4 teams, who would you say you would like to see Ja Morant? Give and take. You remember, they have to give up a lot to get him, right? Toronto, Miami, SAC, or Minnesota. Out of those 4 teams, it's a 2-part question. Out of those teams, who would you want to see Ja play?
For one, he wouldn't fit in with. He probably wouldn't fit in with the Timberwolves because they have Anthony Edwards, and no way are they going to trade Anthony Edwards for Ja Morant. They would have to give up a lot of those young pieces to get someone like Ja Morant on that team. And 2 young guys, Anthony Edwards has had his issues off the court,
yes.
and now you got Ja Morant who's having his issues off the court. You can't put those two together. Ja Morant needs to be around veteran leadership, a quality organization like the Miami Heat. He needs to go there and go to Miami and be around that organization. Of course, there's all the lights, camera, action because everywhere here's Miami. But one thing we know about Miami, the Miami Heat, they keep their players in line. So, like I said, Eastern Conference, great fit. I can see Ja Morant being somewhere like the Miami Heat or maybe Toronto. I don't know. Toronto has some good young pieces there, but what can they offer to the Grizzlies? It has to be a team that can offer them something. I mean, the Miami has a lot to offer. They can offer a lot. I don't know. They can offer some stuff down there to get them.
So the second part to the question, you're old enough to be a father to Ja Morant.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think his parenting from his parents are leading him in the right direction? Because if you got yourself involved in two different situations in the NBA where you can potentially see yourself losing a lot of money and even being potentially kicked out the league,
mm-hmm.
who do you think needs to take responsibility for what's going on with him in his career at this point?
Firstly, him. It's really him. It's really him. I had the opportunity to meet his father a few times. I met his father maybe twice, I believe. 2 times both times when they came here to play in Philadelphia. His dad was there, and his other family member was there as well. So for me, Ja Morant I think his dad loves his son. I think that his dad is someone who cares about his son. As you see, his dad's on the road games. His dad is actually living in the moment for his son. I think that maybe, Ja Morant has to figure it out for himself of what he wants to do. He's been in the league now long enough to understand what he should be doing and what he shouldn't be doing. I don't know if he's not practicing, putting the time in, working the way he's supposed to be working. I don't know what's happening off court, but Ja Morant is a grown-up. He's a big boy, man, not on duty. He's a grown man. He has to figure out what he wants to do. He has a child. He has to figure out what he wants to do and do it. As simple as that.
Right.
Otherwise, we know the NBA, they will trade you. You will be traded. You will go to a different team. Ja Morant just bought a big house down there. So now you have to move your family away from the houses that you bought. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to be in Memphis forever. If you keep doing what you're doing, they're going to trade you. They're going to get you out of there because ultimately they are trying to win. And that's a small market team. So, maybe it would be good for you to go somewhere to a big market, but you have to understand that Ja Morant has to take his own accountability for his actions and himself and actually move a lot better in order to help that team win games. That's what it's about.
I agree.
That's what it's about. So, we'll take a quick break here. We'll be right back. It's Tbise, the best in sports entertainment.
Clothing, cars, whatever you're selling, you have a great idea. You want to put it on our platform. Contact Tbise. Call us now, 267-982-0342. Tbise, the best in sports entertainment.
I hope everybody's enjoying the episode. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Tales from the Jails. I got a very important announcement to make. For anyone looking to get into IDD, it's called intellectual disability housing, where you can make a lot of money in this business and you don't know where to start. You want to find a company that can help you get it done. Contact TNS Licensing and Consulting. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. Numbers are 267-534-5053, 267-534-5053. Call now. Don't wait. We can help you get started. We train you on how to run a business. We teach you from A to Z how to get started, so forth and so on. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. Number 267-534-5053, 267-534-5053. Call now. You want to get into the business, but you don't know how to start. Everybody's saying you can do this, you can do that. I can show you how to do. We show you how to get it done. We train you, get you prepared to pass the test. Everything you need to do, contact us now. If you want to get into IDD, no matter what state you're in, you can be anywhere in the U.S., we get it done. That's TNS Licensing and Consulting. You want to get into IDD, contact us. First of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Tales from the Jail. I have a special announcement to make. We have partnered with the company, TNS Licensing and Consulting. For those of you out there who have an associate degree, a bachelor's degree, or a master's degree, and you're looking to work in a field where you can make over $100K a year. Yeah, I said it, $100K a year. The business is working in the medical field. If you're really serious and you have these degrees and you want to put them to use, you might have went to school, you have all this debt from going to college and you're now working somewhere where you're not sure, what you want to do in your life, or you're working somewhere in which you didn't go to school, you're working somewhere where you don't want to be. We have something for you where you can make over $100K a year. And it's going to be in a field in which you get to deal with those who have mental disabilities. If you're serious and you want to get on track, get your life in order, pay off your debt, contact us, 267-982-0342. That's 267-982-0342. The number's right here. You see the number right here. Reach out to us. Call today.
And welcome everybody back to Tbise, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live and powered from USA. TNS Media Group is the team and the family. Oklahoma City Thunder. They are, I think, undefeated.
Yep, they undefeated.
Right now, undefeated. The team to beat in the Western Conference, the team to beat in the Western Conference, the team to beat in the NBA period. They are the best team in the NBA. They just won a championship last year. Do they continue to roll, and will they build a dynasty in Oklahoma City?
If they stay healthy, they can continue what they got going on. But, the NBA, it's give or take. Any day a person could get injured. So in my best opinion, I think, as long as they stay healthy, they can keep it up.
Well, for me, they are the best team in the NBA, hands down, period. They are the best. They got the best player.
And why is that?
Because they have the best player, and they play defense. They defend. They play well together. They have a bench. They have a great coach. They have a great GM. They have a lot of good pieces. They have a lot of draft picks. They will
if
build.
Shea go down.
If Shea go down, they will still be competitive. I'm not saying they can win. They still will be. They have Chet Holmgren. They have Williams. They have a lot of good pieces up there.
That's
to
the head
be
of the
very
snake right there.
I understand that. I don't do it, but they will be very, very competitive. Regardless, that team is built to win. They have a bench. They still have Chet Holmgren. They still have Williams. They have all those players. Okay.
I'm still not sold. It took 7 games.
Yes. Listen, the finals is different because now, once you're in the finals, everybody knows who they're playing. Now we're game planning strictly for you. I'm not coming off a back-to-back. I'm playing you. 2 days from now, I'm playing you.
That.
One day from now, I'm playing you. We know we're game planning to stop certain players.
I'm sold on Shea, and I'm sold on Jalen. I'm not sold on the rest of the crew.
Who? Chet Holmgren averaging like almost 4 blocks a game.
I'm sold on those two. Chet, I'm still not.
Chet shoots the ball. He makes his free throws.
Yeah, Chet is Chet.
Come on.
Chet gonna do Chet things, but
listen, that young man, that young man is very good.
7 games would have hurt Indiana.
Huh?
7 games would have hurt Indiana.
But like I said, you're in the finals. The finals. Everybody. Indiana beat some good teams. They beat the Knicks. They beat some good teams and make it to the finals. They did. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, they did. But
they beat some good teams and make it. And on top of that, they had a good player until he got hurt.
Tyrese,
yes.
If he was healthy,
Halliburton is very, very good.
Indiana would be the
And
champions.
on top of that, they have a great coach. A coach who beat LeBron James in the championship. Who knows how to slow down superstars. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, they do got a great coach.
Carl Lyles is a great coach. They have a great organization. They have
he's a great coach. Yes.
So the Pacers are always going to be right there. The Pacers just beat the Warriors.
They're just boring.
Huh?
They're just boring to watch.
I don't know about that because Halliburton be coming down, making plays. He does it all. Fast break, shoot the 3.
This year they've been boring.
They lost Miles Turner, but I just think that Indiana Pacers are a good team. Halliburton is going to be out all season. Won't see him this season.
They signed Mac McClung. No shade to him. He's definitely an NBA player, but when you start signing players like that you might as well just do a tank.
I mean, you lost your best player, and you lost probably your second best player in Miles Turner. So you lost 2 key pieces.
Yep.
So now one of you 1-5. But I don't think that, you know, when Halliburton come back, and they have some money, they have some salary cap space to make some moves. So this season probably is going to be we're just going to play and see what we get.
So do they tank?
I don't think they're going to tank, but they're going to play to see what they get, and they have some money to spend. So once they get Halliburton back this season, they're going to have some money. They got rid of Miles Turner's contract, so now they have some money to spend. They're going to be able to bring in another player to help. They got Pascal Siakam, Tyrese Halliburton. They have some good players down there to build, and they'll be right there.
If I'm the GM of the Pacers, tank. Just tank, okay?
I don't think they have to. I don't think PJ Carlisle is not. I mean, was that PJ? No. Yeah,
Rick Carlisle.
Rick Carlisle. I'm sorry. Rick Carlisle is not going to tank. He's not going to play. He's not that kind of coach. He's a winning coach. He won an NBA championship. So for me, I see.
But how far how far is the winning going to go though? It's not.
What do you mean?
Like, how far are they going to go in the playoffs if they were to make the playoffs?
Doesn't matter. You have a team. They have a young team that wants to play. Nobody's going to quit. They have some young, good pieces over there. And they have a lot of cap space. They just want to play. That they didn't bring in a big free agent, not on duty, but they brought in somebody who. They still have Pascal Siakam. Like I said, Tyrese Halliburton is out.
It's not enough.
So now, but I'm saying now, they're just playing right now just to keep the just to be respectable. That's all I should say. But they're not going to tank, and I do see them next season being one of the teams that will be very, very competitive, and they will be competing to make it to the championship again next year, in my opinion.
I agree.
Anything else you got for the day, man?
Yeah. I would like to talk about the NBA rule changes. A couple rule changes the NBA got.
Okay.
They made. A few of them. It's about load management. I think a few of the players that used to tank on the season with their time, they can't do it no more.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the players that used to sit out, James Harden, Kawhi, it's ending now. Y'all gotta show up and play. Early 2000s, a lot of the players, they never, sat out. They played every game. Gotta have the love of the game.
Yeah, for me, this is a no-brainer. NBA losing money. We're losing money because the players not playing. These players getting $50 million a season. Michael Jordan played 82 games. 82 games. Not one time, not 2 times. Multiple seasons he played 82 games. And Michael Jordan wasn't making the type of money on the court that these players are making. These players
Stockton played every year 82 games.
Exactly. So you have these players who have played 82 games, and it seemed like it was more physical back then.
Way more physical.
And now you got these players. Listen, all it comes down to is NBA. We losing money. Players not playing. Fans are complaining. They actually even have been refunding tickets for
It's crazy.
People come to see players play, and the players don't play.
But just think about it like this: you got a kid who saved up his money to see this one player play in March, because that's when they really start the sitting down is in March. A kid done saved all his money. He go to the game. He looks on the sheet. Player, not playing.
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy.
Exactly. So the NBA is doing what they need to do because they have to what? Make sure that they're building their product to make money. They just signed a lucrative TV deal. So now these players have to play. People want to see James Harden. People want to see Wemby. People want to see Giannis. People want to see Luka. People want to see LeBron. People want to see all these players play. But these players who are taking days off, not saying they aren't hurt, but some of these days you can play through these injuries, man. Some days you can play. These injuries, they do happen, and it's the NBA, and I understand. But
it ain't that many injuries.
Come on,
this
man.
game is so soft. It's soft. The game is soft now. It's not nowhere near the early 2000s. You can't even do certain things that you used to could do to players coming up the court. It's no hand checking. So it's like tag. They basically playing. It's just like it's the equivalent of how football is in today's game.
And I see the NBA going to a place where as though like they're going to keep this going, and it's going to be fines, and teams are going to get fined, players are going to get fined, and they're going to try to make this right because they're losing. The NBA, just think about it. Back in the 90s, it was must-see TV.
Yes.
And they have way more, I don't want to say way more, they have more athletic athletes out here on the court nowadays.
They do.
So you have, not saying you have a bunch of Michael Jordans, but you do have players who are right there. Michael Jordan maybe 5-10 steps ahead of them, but they're not too far off. They can jump. They can do it all.
Back in the day, we did not have these type of athletes that we have now. A lot of the guys that are jumping high now, back in the day, it would be probably like 5 of them in the league.
Exactly.
It was only Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan during that time that could actually fly. Then you get to the 90s, you got Vince Carter. It's like Vince Carter birthed a lot of these athletic kids. So I got load management is something that, it should never have came into play. I get you want to protect your product, but the product wouldn't even have product if you wouldn't have fans. So, you gotta always have people willing to want to play the game, even when they hurt.
I agree. So I think the NBA is doing a wonderful job as far as tightening this up. I think they got to fix some of these travels and all this stuff. A lot of these players are traveling a lot. I see this a lot, traveling, and a lot of these tic-tac fouls. I'm starting to get a little burnt out with that. But if they can fix these tic-tac fouls, these hand check touchy fouls, I think we would probably be in a great space. And also pay attention to these refs. A lot of refs is calling a lot of nonsense out there, in my opinion. But
you ain't lying.
We'll see what happens, man, in regards to this, man. I just think the NBA is headed in the right direction as far as they need to fix this stuff.
This is another rule, right? That got on me, right? It's a heave rule.
Say it again?
The heave rule.
The heave?
The heave rule. So basically, the rule is at the end of every quarter, under 3 seconds, if you throw up a shot to try to, beat the clock, it will not count against the player's stats. Because, if your percentage is down, certain teams that have you under contract, you can't hit certain criteria to get, bonuses and things like that. So what they did was they took out of the rules that if you shoot a shot under 3 seconds, it will not count against your percentage, but it will go against the team's percentage.
I mean, for me, this rule, I agree with it. You know why? Because few reasons. Firstly, for the fans want to see these shots being made. The opportunity of seeing an NBA player shoot the shot. I'm not saying I know the percentages is very, very low for these half-court shots to be.
Just the opportunity, just the attempt alone is something that they want.
Yeah, and a lot of players are scared because they don't want to shoot this shot because maybe a contract year, if I shoot my shooting percentage, I'll be about 45, 47%, somewhere around league average, whatever that may be. I can't be below league average. So a lot of times they don't want to shoot these shots.
Right.
They're scared to shoot these shots. So this now encourages them, I don't want to say like a free will to shoot, but this allows them not to think about it.
But that's my point about, the NBA being so much filled with prima donnas. Because who cares? You got an open shot, shoot it.
But they care because, like I said, if they're at a certain percentage, it affects their money. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they care.
If you're already making $25 million for 2 years, I mean,
but some people want to make $35 million for 2 years. So I'm not saying you're wrong, but I understand why a person may be hesitant because their field goal percentage dips because of a half court heave. I mean, so they're questioning shooting this shot. But ultimately, the fans miss out if that shot is to go in, the excitement behind all that.
So I'm glad you said that. So my point to this sitting out thing, if a player does not play over 80% of their games, they should not be able to get full payment on their contract.
Over 80% of their games?
80%.
That's a little hard. I mean, now contracts you can put.
You got to be really injured. You got to be really injured. You got to have, something broke. You got to have something. It cannot be, I have a sprung ankle, but you just saying, or I got a back issue. You got to really have some type of proof.
I mean, I agree.
Headaches and stuff like that.
I agree with it, but I think that these players are kind of babied a little bit nowadays, in my opinion.
Yes.
I could be wrong, but it's a good thing that they're fixing this, because it's going to allow the fans or a lot of players a bit of a freedom, knowing that doesn't count against them, their stats, but it'll go against the team overall. And hey, man, listen, you might make it. You never know. So for me, I want to see players taking a shot, because you may see a player take an extra dribble, then the buzzer sound, then he shoot it because he doesn't want to affect his field goal percentage, because he understands that this is a contract year. I can be traded. All these different things come into play. So I understand. Any other rules you want to talk about?
Yeah, we got one more thing. It's a rule, that the NBA has been trying to, implement for a long time, and that's the 3-point rule, right? The 3-point rule is really to help protect players shooting 3-point shots. So if we're shooting the ball and my hand makes contact, regardless if the shot is missed or made, as long as contact is made, that player will be called a foul on the player. For a long time, players have been coming up under people's landing area, and what that does is it protects players like Steph Curry. It protects players that will probably be retiring soon, but it's going to add a couple more years on to their career, because you cannot, come in there and land in space. Because, once a shot go up, you got to land. Sometimes players, they get inside their landing space. It could be an ankle sprain. It could be the season right there, just from that fall.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard's season was cut short because of that. So I understand. Now, if it's just a touching of the hand, I don't want to make these tic-tac fouls is starting to, the NBA is soft. No, dude. It's for me.
I agree.
It's like, this player's just getting touched.
But if a player's shooting 45 feet away from the basket, it's like you shouldn't even have to just contest.
Yeah, I'm a hand up. You don't have to, try to do a crazy closeout and knock them, and touch them, but just get a hand in their face if you can. And if you can't, just put your hand up. But my thing is, the NBA is just trying to fix some things, and I understand where they're going with it, because scoring a lot of points sells. So ultimately, calling a lot of fouls sell. Remember, the games to be around 80, 90 points per game. Now, you might get a team that scores 150 points.
That's crazy.
In 4 quarters.
Crazy.
No
defense.
The NBA is at a point. So listen, let us know in the comments what y'all think, man, about the state of the NBA, what y'all think, the best players, whatever y'all have. Any comments y'all have for us, let's let us know what's going on. Anything else you want to add for the day before we go?
No, that's it.
All right, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's Tbise, the best.